Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 38 on ABAP. In this video, I'm going to explain the concept called message class, and mostly you people might aware about the message class or different type of message types which is available in ABAP. So basically message is required for the end user, which we are giving the proper information what is happening in the application or what is happening in the program. It could be an error message or a warning message or information. So it could be depends on the business requirement. So today we're going to see about all types of message classes, how to read a message, how the message class is designed in SAP. Okay, let's get into the system first. Sorry, slide first. So message class is just a generic design. I have a program lines, and then maybe after the third line, I want to send some message to the user, depends on the user input. So I'm going to have a message, and then after that I have like program lines 4 and 5. So depends on the message type, it needs to decide or determine whether the rest of the program should be execute or not. It depends on could be a different input the program is expecting, or it might be hard stop, depends on the business requirement. So it depends on how you are going to have a message type on it. So information to the end user and message with types is going to determine how to handle rest of the flow of your program. And in SAP, the message class transaction code is SE91. And this is a very few informations about message class. Each message has defined with digits number. So it starts with 000 and end with 999. So this is going to be predefined from SAP. So you have to pick whichever number you want. So one message class can have 1,000 messages, and it's not sequence. If you really required, sometimes maybe the people are working on the same project, they might divide the same message class into their development, like first 100 is for this phase and second 100 is for a second phase, kind of, right? So that is the reason being it's not sequence. Randomly also you can pick the number and you can keep the message whatever is required. And translation depends on the logon language. Yes, because it's a message, and if the end user is going to be log on with a different language other than English, so our message is capable, the message number, whatever message we are showing or whatever we are entering or saving, that needs to be automatically converted as per the logon language. Okay, so that also needs to be taken care if you're going to have or create a message. And again, it depends on the requirement. If your user is only like they are fine with the English, we can go ahead with that. And sometimes we have to make a translation for each message, depends on the logon language, so we have to take care of that. And then self-explanatory, also an option available in message. This is nothing but whatever message you are maintaining in SE91, that is good enough for the user to understand what happened or what is the next step. Then you don't want to worry about the self-explanatory. But you might think whatever message I am sending is not at all enough or not enough, then I am going to use this option. Self-explanatory is nothing but F1. Normally you press F1, right? The same way in the message box, you have a help button. If the user help, that describes more about this message. So what happened, what could be the next step, what is the next procedure and all. It's a kind of a documentation, I can say. So even if the single line of message is not enough, you can make use of this self-explanatory. And this is going to be a long text of each message. So you have 1,000 message, 1,000 individual message has this option. You can make use of it. Okay. So these are the properties of message class in ABAP. So we'll see one by one. And yeah, another point is whatever message you create, whatever message class you create, everything is going to be stored in a table called T100. T100 is a transparent table where it stores all your message class along with their messages. And the maximum maximum character is 269 characters, and you can have maximum of 4 placeholders, and each placeholders can have 50 characters of length. So placeholder is nothing but dynamically I want to pass some values from the program, like material number is not valid. So the material number is to be populated or passed from your program. So dynamically it might change, right? So that is nothing but a placeholder, we call it as. Normally we used ampersand 1, ampersand 2, ampersand 3, ampersand 4. That is for your reference, or simply you can use ampersand also, it works. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 is just for your reference only. So that way in one message, I'm not talking about message class, one particular message can have 4 placeholders. Okay, and each placeholder can have 50 as the length of it. And then so the next one, way to access the messages. So message, just imagine the messages are ready. You can have standard message class also. If you're good enough, you can you can access the standard message numbers as well. And how to access the message? The first step would be, if it is a report program, your message to be declared with the help of what is this keyword called message -id, and the message class you have to put. And this is in the first statement of your program: report name, program name, and then followed by message id and message class name. Okay, and simply you can call it as message type and message number, because message number holds only the message, and before the message number you need to mention what is the message type, what type of message you have to populate: error, information, warning. We have 6 types in ABAP, so you can choose any one of that. Okay, so that is a format. Message is a keyword, message type, there is no space, and then message number, like 3-digit number, any 3-digit number which is belongs to your message class. And then message type, message number, this is optional with value and variable. So this is for the placeholders. So dynamically, if you want to populate or pass the information, kind of parameters, pass the information to your message statement, then you have to use a keyword called with. It could be a hard-coded value or a dynamic variable as well. Okay, and um, sometimes you can have more than one placeholder just followed by the space. You can have like with value 1, value 2, value 3. Suppose you have 3 placeholders, it will go respectively based on the position: ampersand 1, 2, 3. So first position, second position, and third position. And then this is type of message. It doesn't require any message class, because it's a hard-coded statement I'm going to use, like message, a statement within single quotes, and type, message type. So okay, so this doesn't require any message classes, but this is not advisable to use it, especially for the translation. So if you hard-coded a English statement over here, then it's very difficult for the translation part. So this is probably or mostly be used for kind of a dummy reason, or just for a checking. We can make use of this kind of statement. So message statement and type. So without any message number and without any message class. And then another way is here, if you mention one message class, suppose I feel I want to use a message which is coming from another message class, then we prefer this kind of statements. So message type, message number, within bracket you can say what is the message class ID. Suppose I want Z1, Z2, Z3, and some messages are from Z1, some is from Z2. Then I can mention within my bracket, I can say Z1 or Z2, Z3, and then in one more option for you is into a variable. So you can just transfer the entire message statement to a variable. Okay, so this statement is going to be used. Suppose if you want to concatenate a message after the message is ready, you want to concatenate with some other hard-coded values or some other message, you can go ahead with this option also. So the idea is you are able to hold an entire message into a variable also. Okay, so these are the different options you have to access a single message. And apart from this, you have many function modules also available to retrieve the message. One is format underscore message is a function module. Another one is message underscore text underscore build. This is also another function module. So these two function modules plays a role to access the data from a message class. The another one is T100, but normally we won't use T100. Like directly you can access the message from the T100 using select. It's not in a practice to access a message in a transparent table, because we have its own format to access a message. So these are the options you have to access a single message from a different message classes. And what else? Yeah. So this is just a chart of or table format of a different message type, and these are the 6 message type which is available in ABAP. Success, warning, information, error, abandon, exit. So first 4 is very easy to understand. So success message, and this is just a format, message type, and any 3-digit number from your message class. And the remarks or program flow, it's like flow doesn't stop because the success one. So message and flow are together. You might seen some sales order number creator, material creator. So once it created, automatically it just display the message in the status bar. And warning is W and is a format. Its flow stops at the message and proceed by enter key, meaning warning is just a warning message for you, and if you press enter, automatically it will allow you to execute the rest of the code. A very simple example, if you get a chance to create a purchase order or a sales, you might get some warning messages saying the delivery date is in past and this date is not allowed, kind of. It's these are warning. Warning is basically you are able to create the process, you are able to complete the process. But warning is just you have sometimes you got to take action, sometimes it's fine. Okay, so that is a kind of warning. So once the flow stops at the message, especially in ME21, and if you create, you will get a message called delivery date is in past. If you press enter, it will go to the next line of the code, start executing it. So that is the usage of warning. And information is nothing but, again, it's a flow stops, meaning it stops in the particular line where the message gets triggered and showed as a pop-up. Okay, pop-up is nothing but just a message. It's in a pop-up window and is waiting for your input. If you say continue, then it will go on continue the rest of the code. So that's what is need a confirmation from your window, just an information message. And error, it's a hard stop. It stops the flow until the error is cleared, then only it will proceed further. So material type is not valid, you can proceed further until you correct the material type, exact material type which is available in the database table. So then you will give the exact material type, it will allow you to proceed the next line in the programming code. And append and exit, mostly we are not in custom program, we are not using this append. So append is nothing but it stop the flow and just move out of your application. It just abandoned, it exactly stopped. Okay, just stopped and come out of your application, wherever application you are. You could be in SA30 at executable report, or a transaction code, or some screen program, whatever it is. Okay, so if you use that message type append, it stops and come out of the application with the information for you. So whatever message you are saying, it displays, and there is the option called stop. If you click, I think stop or exit, yeah, if you click that button, automatically it close your application, come to SAP EC access page. And X is for exit. This is very rare. As a custom, we are not the custom development, we never, or we are not going to use this X. X is triggers a point where it reaches a short dump page. Runtime error, you know about it. So it triggers a short dump or runtime error page. So for that, we used the type called exit. So this is not going to be used in our place. Maybe for a product level development, probably they might use it, very rare situations. Other than that, we are not going to use exit anywhere in our custom development. So these are the 6 different types of message types available in SAP ABAP. And then, yeah, display like. So this is another option in message class, display like. So here we are going to have a message type, a source message type, but the behavior, everything is going to be the source one. But only for the display level, we are going to change the type of your message. In very simple way, the icon of your message is going to be changed. Okay. So we'll see how it is going to work. So here, basic message behavior from the source type. If it is an error, it's going to be do whatever the properties of the error is going to keep it. So if it is error, it won't go to the next program flow until we correct the error. If it is a warning, if you press enter, it will go. But it display is going to be is display is going to be only the message icon is going to change. For example, I am having a source message type as information, but I want to focus, or I want to showcase this as error message. What will happen? Information, the behavior is going to be the information nothing but once you press continue, it will go and execute the rest of the programming code. So that is the behavior, but in the message, the pop-up window, you will get an icon as error 1. Okay, so this option is also available. And one issue, or not an issue, option would be don't use X message type for the display like option. The reason behind is every message type is mapped with the icon in SAP except X message type. So if you, even if you can able to use it, it won't give any syntax error. If you use it, you're not able to see the message type. I will show you in the system. Okay, so this is one of the option in message class, display like. And yeah, that's it. I will show you these things in a system now. This is my system. So let me have a program, the message and message class examples, executable program, save it, local object. So first I'm going to have a very basic message without using a message class. So let me have some parameters to receive some values. I can say type mtrt and some conditions. So if type equal to, let's say, AB, then pop up a message. So message is a keyword where we're going to use to pop up a message, and I'm going to use a hard-coded one. So message valid material type, and this is going to be a information message dot. Okay, and after that I have some code after message. Okay, clear. So preferable is not use this kind of messages because it's a hard-coded one. It's not advisable for the future translation purpose. Suppose the same program is going to be used in a different region, different region. There may be used a different language, then hard-coded value is going to be show in English only, but they prefer to be displayed in a German, then your program is not suitable to work on that. So that is the reason the best practice for message class is always go with the best practice to pop up a message is go with the message class, not the hard-coded one. Okay, so let's execute this message, and the type I prefer is information. So information is going to be a pop-up message, and execute it. So AB, so what it should be the AB, then only it will get into the if condition. So F8, get a message. So valid M type, and this is the icon which I'm talking about in the display like option. So every message type has its own icon except X. Okay, the short dump, the X message is not associated with any icon in SAP. Okay, I'm going to just, here you have a continue button. Here is not a close button or cancel button or exit. Here is a continue button, is nothing but it's going to continue rest of the code in your program. Just enter, you will get a message after message. Okay, and if I change the one to warning W, so warning is going to be it's a kind of a warning message, but still it will allow you to execute the program by pressing enter. Okay, it's up to, the decision is yours. Still it's a warning, it's not an error, but if you want to make a change, just correct it and go ahead. Otherwise proceed further without any correction. That is the idea of warning message. Execute and you will get a warning message. Enter down, this is a message, whatever message we have entered, that is displayed here, and this is not a warning message, this is an error message. The symbol it shows, warning message is always comes in a rectangle, a triangle and with a yellow color, but here it shows the red color exclamatory, and this is an error message. So additional point, once you start working with messages, events is plays a major role, especially the warning message. Okay, so warning message needs an event to work properly, meaning if there is a warning it happening in one event, and if you correct it or without correct the value, if you press enter, so then immediately it will try for the next executable event to start executing the programming code. But here the problem is I have a program which doesn't have any events, or system is not able to recognize there is no events. So that is the reason it shows this is an error message, not an warning message. Okay, so even if I press enter, it's not going to execute the next write statement because it's not coming under any event. If I press enter, it just come out of it. So this additional point you have to make sure, especially if you're dealing with warning or error messages. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to classify this code with some event at selection screen and startup selection. Okay, so now I'm going to execute the same set of code with the message type as warning. Let's see how it behaves now. And AB execute. So now you're able to see, so triangle with same exclamatory, it's actually a yellow, not a red color. Okay, and press enter. It allows me to execute the code which is available in the next event. Okay, so if you have a warning message, make sure your program has events to proceed further. Okay, so this is warning. Excuse me. And then error, execute, afterward, and execute. So AB executes. So maybe enter also works. So now it shows valid M type. If I press enter or execute, it won't go to the next executable statement or executable event because this is an error one. So we have to correct it. Okay. So what I can do is I can say AA and enter. The if condition is skipped, so it automatically it will go and execute the rest of the code in your program. So this is error message. So we have seen information, warning, error. Probably next one is success. So success is it's trigger automatic means in parallelly. Excuse me. So if I execute, automatically it execute the code as well as it display the values in your status bar. So I say AB and execute. So I have a report and I have a message with tick mark. So this is the icon for success. And we have done with 4 and we have 2 more, A and X. So A for append. Append is nothing but terminate the application wherever you are. It could be a report, it could be a screen program, it could be a functional model, wherever it is. So append is going to be append and terminate the entire application. So execute and AB, execute. So it shows valid M type, and here you have the icon called stop, meaning it stopped the process in the exact place. It's not allow you to go to the next one. Even you have a button called exit. There is no continue button here. So if you press exit, it's come out of the application. So currently my application is SE38. So it just come out of it and it goes to SAP EC access page. This is about A. And the final one is X. It terminates or it generates the short dump page. So normally in a custom code, we never use this X. It's not required as well. So message is X and execute. So AB X execute. It just go to the short dump page without even proper message. Whatever message you enter, excuse me, it won't show that message also. So it just mentioned where it's exactly. So message type is the one which triggers this page, and short text of the error message is displayed here, and it shows about where exactly which line this short dump is caused. So this is the line. Because of this line, the short dump happened. Okay, so this is the type of messages. So 6 different types of messages we have in SAP ABAP. So now I'm going to introduce a message class. So message class is going to be created in transaction SE91. So here enter the message class name start with ZRY and just click create. So CGI messages and click create. It will take you to a page where okay, you can maintain the attributes first, and short text is optional. If you want, you can maintain it, otherwise keep it empty, and go to the messages tab. Okay, let me save it, and here you are able to see all the 1000 messages for your message class. So 0002 end with 999. So here you can able to see here it is 999. Okay, so 1000 messages you were able to enter it. So here let me go with invalid data and data not found. then proceed further, something like this, okay, and save it. So here there is no need of activate, just save is more than enough. And if you want, you have an option to just give a check and you say no inconsistencies were found, okay, just save it, it's more than enough. There is no activate button also, it's always active, just save is enough. Now I'm going to call, or I'm going to access these messages from my program. So for that I need a message class name that needs to be declared, kind of declaration in my program, in the first line of my program. So report is the first line of my report program. In that I'm going to use a keyword called message -id and the message class name. So go to the program and do the change over here, message ID and the message class name. There is no single quotes required. I'm done, and after that I can able to access whatever the messages. Currently it has 3 messages can access from my program. So here the message format would be the type, and okay, let me do one thing. Oops. Okay. Comment that, yeah. So here message type, I can say error 000 dot. Toward that. So this is another way of accessing a message. I believe it's got deleted, yes. Accessing a message from any message class. Done. So execute, and if it is AB, I'm expecting a message over here. So invalid data. So whatever I have maintained in my message class 000, it's invalid data. Okay, so this is one way. Another way is, suppose if you declared a message class in a program and you feel sometimes in some places I want to access a message from a different message class. So in that case, what I can do is I can say, oh, here, suppose I need a message here. So if 1 equal to 2 is always is going to be an sorry, it's 1 equal to 1. Yep, 1 equal to 1 is always going to execute here. I'm saying it's an information message 001 of your message class. Okay, so I do have a message class. Let me pick it up. Yeah, this is another message class. It has a different values over here, so long text and everything. So let me go with long text, and this is a message class name of my message class. So this is triggering from the message class over here, and this is triggering from the message class whatever I mentioned here. So this is another way of accessing your messages from the message class. Execute, activate and execute. So it's AB, or AB is error. Yeah, it's an error, so it won't allow me to go. Let's go with AB, execute, and it's invalid entry. 00. Okay, I didn't change my message number. That's what it shows, invalid entry, but I'm expecting there's a number 002. Okay, that's what I just give 001, so that is the reason. That's fine. Okay, so this is a way to accessing messages from different message classes. So the next one would be a placeholder. Let me execute it once again. Yeah, now it shows long text. Good. So then next one is placeholder. So placeholder is mostly the messages we have to pass a value. It would be a beginning of the message or end of the message or middle of your message. We need to pass some values dynamically from the program. It's nothing but a material number, sales order number, whatever it is. Okay, so for that we have to make our message ready. The particular message is ready with the placeholders. So let me go to my message class. Probably I'll use my previous message class, which I have created. Okay, invalid data. Let me give, so entered material is not valid, or material not, whatever it is, entered material. So this is I'm going to get from the program is not valid. So easy reference, you can have a number. So placeholder 1, okay, like that is not valid, and I can say one more placeholder 2 plan does not exist, something like that. So sometimes it doesn't make any sense, so please bear with me. Does not exist. Okay. Exist. Okay, so this is a placeholder 1 and placeholder 2. The value for this to be get from whoever is going to call this particular message. Okay, message number 003. Let me save this and I'm going to use it from here. Okay, let it be. Okay, let me have it here. Else. Okay, message E003, and there is a keyword called with. Okay, so here you can hard code it. Maybe the first one I'm sending the variable and the second one I'm sending as a hard coded one. So with is the keyword which is going to pass the value from your program. Okay, this is for the value for placeholder 1 and this is the value for placeholder 2. Activate. Excuse me. And execute it. So it should be the else part. So let me give a different value. So enter A is not valid and 1000 plan doesn't exist. So this is the way how the placeholder works in your message class. So placeholders, you can have any messages in your message class. Okay, so anywhere you are able to do that one. Okay, the next one is, okay, self-explanatory. It's very simple. Whatever message you are giving over here, this is more than enough for the user to understand what happens from the backend, means from the program. Okay, if you feel, then by default this checkbox is automatically checked. But you feel no, this is not enough, I need to give some more information to the user, then take this check mark out first. So this is not self-explanatory. I need to, this particular message 002 has to add some more information on this. Okay, so then take out this first and then click the long text. Okay, keep the cursor where you're going to give additional information and press long text. So it will open. Okay, save it first. It will open like your script window. So where you have to add the values like what is the title, what is the description, what is the short one. So this way you are able to use it. So cause I can say is a long text example, and system response is like additional information. System respond like correct your values. It's just if you press F1, whatever it comes, the same thing you are able to add it over here. Okay, save it and go back. So this is a way you have to add a long text for your message, and this is for 002. So let me have 002 here. It will be information and say 2. Okay, 2 doesn't have any placeholders. So let me comment it. Activate my program. Excuse me. Execute. It's a else part, AA, and execute. So it's mentioned very clearly. Proceed further. It's that is a message from 002. On addition, if you click this box, sorry, this button, then it will show you very clearly what's the message number. So diagnosis, long text example, additional information, correct to values. Okay, so this is the usage of self-explanatory is not checked. By default is checked. If you feel you want to give additional information, please take out the check mark and give the long text. Okay. And then okay, translation, let's do that one. Okay, before translation, so let me access my message using function modules. So control F6, call function, format message. It's very simple, like you can have whatever informations you want, like system ID, message ID, language, and message number. Okay, so these are for placeholders. I already mentioned maximum only 4 placeholders you can make in one message. So that's what you have, 4 variables I can say, and you will get an exact message whatever you require. So let me declare it. So it's not the best way to declare over here in start or selection. So please ignore my way of declaring here. On the flow, I can't declare it because function module not accept the on the flow declaration. So I otherwise I can use it over here. I'll leave text, and message ID could be, okay, not this one. Let me have this. Excuse me. Sorry, sometimes it might happen. Okay, and this is E, and message number would be 001. Okay, then let me have write message through function module will be text. Activa that. So this is one of the function module, and execute. So it's in startup selection. So whatever values it should come. I think there is an error. So let me go the else part. I think else also has an error. No, it's information. So it'll allow me to go to the startup selection, and oh, good. Not found. What was the mistake I did? Probably the spelling mistake. Let's say just yes. Okay, there is a spelling mistake in my message class. So this is additional information. If the message is not available, you'll get a shutdown. Execute AA, execute, proceed further, long text, and message through function module, data not found. Clear? So this is a way to access your message through a function module. And another one, all the message class and the messages whatever you create, it's available in T100 table. So here you have some fields, and this is a language, and the message number and message class. Okay, so my message class is CGI. Probably go with search CGI star, and I have two things. This is the one which I created today. So CGI underscore messages and execute it. So whatever I have created, everything is available in this table. Mostly we won't access the message through a table with a select query. That is not required because we have a lot of other options, very easy options to access a message. Okay, this is another point. And two more things, and one is maybe I can go with translation first. Suppose I want to translate this message with some other language. So normally you know what is the translation. So the user log on user, if they use English, German, or French, whatever it is, based on that, the message to be modified for their particular GUI, right? So for that, you have to, before that, you have to make whatever message you have to make, or you have to translate in that particular language. Probably if you have a chance, or in your requirement says like that. Otherwise, only one, like English is more than enough, or the logon language is more than enough. Okay, it depends. Everything is depends on your requirement. So now just keep the cursor which you want to do a translation, and there is an option. I need to find out. Here it is. Go to translation. Okay. So just enter. This is what it shows. Original language I created in English. Target language you can change whatever you want. I just go with German. If you want, you can just change. Depends on the requirement. Whatever is required. Okay. Let me take it out and F4. Seriously. Okay, but still it's accept some other language as well. AR, yes. Continue. Okay, I'm not sure why that particular F4 is not working here. So translation is going to be, I can say translated. So here, just I'll type in English, translated to AR. That's it, and save it. Okay, so if you want, you can have one more text, maybe another language if you required, you can go ahead with that as well. Okay, so let me try. Go to translation. So this time I go with German. Execute, and this is translated to the German. Save it. Okay, So I have two texts, translated text for this particular message. Okay. So now how to access this? Currently, I can go with the logon language and change it. Instead of that, I'm going to the hard-coded one. So normally we use over here Psi language, whatever language is logged on. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going with D. It's going to be German. And what is the number? 002. Okay, 002 is a number. So here, while accessing, you can just change it. Activate. So it's going to be the last message, I believe, and execute. So AA, okay, AB executes invalid data. Sorry, it's AA, yeah, because I need to go to the else part. Proceed further, long text. So here, so now it comes translated to DE. Okay, so it's not coming as a normal message. What is a normal message? English one is proceed further, but I have a translation for this for the particular language. That is the reason it comes whatever I have maintained. So this is the way you have to maintain a translation for your message if it is required. And the final one could be display like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a message here, message E00 display like information. Okay, so the source message, the properties of the message is going to be followed by the source message, and just for a display, the display icon is the information to the user. Let's see how it's display in the input screen. Execute. So it's actually E, right? So A, B, execute. So here, this is the only change. Display like E, but the property is error. So what is the property? Error. So it won't allow you to continue to the program. Still you have a continue information, but it won't go to the start of selection, means next executable statement. Still it's available here only. See, enter, it won't go. Because the property is from the source message type. Okay. So if I do a ulta, like change this as I, this as E. So the source message type is information. So all the properties is going to behave like information, but only the display is going to be error. Execute AB, execute. So invalid data, it's look like error, but error means it should not go out, but here only the displays look like error, but still the property of your source message type is information. It should go to the next event or next statement to execute. Long text is executed. So this is the way which we need a display like option in message class. I think I have covered everything. Function model, self-explanatory translation, and yeah, display like. So hope this might be useful for you about the message class. Just play around, and if you have any doubts, let me know on this. And thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.